We do sincerely apologize for the late start of today's event. But without much ado, we want to go straight into the program. I would like to call Mr. Christopher Ayeni to please take the opening prayer in, the Christian opening prayer, and then I'll call on Mr. Jimo Korodi to take the Muslim opening prayer. Briefly, Mr. Ayeni, please.
Good morning, all. Please let us pray. Okay. And we rise to pray. Thank you. Heavenly Father, we appreciate you for another opportunity to gather. Thank you for life as a gift unto us. Thank you for opportunities. We appreciate you, be that glorified in Jesus' name. That which we will do here, let it be unto you. And going forward, you be with us. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen. Thank you, Mr. Christopher. Can I call on Mr. Jimo Koridi to please come?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري ويسر قولي بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار آمين.
Thank you very much. Amen to both prayers. We want to go right. Everybody should have a program bulletin with them. So if you go to page, is there page there? Page 6, you will see the agenda of the day. So we want to rise to our feet to take the national anthem, the Nigerian national anthem. For those of us who might still be struggling with it, it is on page, where is it? Page 5. Please turn to page 5 and we'll take the national anthem together. Immediately we take that, we will take the national pledge before we take our seats. So 1 to go. So help me God. Amen. Please be seated. Thank you everyone, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we want to apologize for the late takeoff of this program. There were situations beyond our control. I would like to invite to the I table the president and chairman of the Council of CPIN, the Certified Pension Institute of Nigeria, Alhaji Umaru Kwaranga. Please, can we put our hands together for him? Thank you, sir. In waiting, we are also expecting to have on the I table the Inspector General of Police, the IG, Kayode Egbetokun. Can we put our hands together in absence? Thank you. We also want to invite to the I table the distinguished speaker of today's program, Comrade Ibo Tako. Can we put our hands together? Thank you. I want to believe they're here, but let's still see. We want to invite other council members of CPRN. Chief Femi Odufowokon, is he around? Okay, we're still expecting him. Is Pastor Femi Peter Adedeji around? All right. Last but certainly not the least, to be invited to the I table for now is the Executive Secretary of the Council, Dr. Samson Akinyemi. Can we put our hands together for him? He's the host of today, so I guess he's somewhere around, moving around. He's not on seat at the moment. Available in the, okay, he's here. He's here. Welcome you here. George Osborne once said that a general's basic pension is the least a civilized nation can offer to those who have worked hard throughout their entire lives. I take that again. George Osborne said that. A general's basic pension is the gift and the least a civilized nation can give to those who have worked hard throughout their entire lives. It is noteworthy to warmly welcome you, our distinguished ladies and gentlemen in the house, to this year's 2024 certified, to warmly welcome you to this year's event and ceremony. This is not just any event, it's an event being hosted by the Certified Pension Institute of Nigeria. It's an investiture ceremony and also an induction ceremony to celebrate with new fellows and associates of this great institute. Some of us will wonder, so what is all this about? It's not just a ceremony to give certificates or award, it's also an opportunity to reminisce on what pension really means in Nigeria. And the theme of today's event is what? 20 years of contributory pension scheme in Nigeria, challenges and the way forward. So that means we're going to take a look at what pension means in Nigeria. What have we done? What are our challenges? And what is the way forward? So we have so much in store for us today. But before we go on, some of us are not members of this great institute. Some of us are guests. Some of us are family members. So you might wonder and ask yourself, who or what is the Certified Pension Institute of Nigeria? The Certified Pension Institute of Nigeria was established in 1999 as a national institute charged with the responsibility of training and retraining pension practitioners across the board, from the private institutions associations, and also government parastatals. They have a main goal, and what is that goal? To ensure that the quality and efficiency of pension administration occurs across the board in Nigeria. Their mission is what? And to get this done, they do this by organizing or designing and programs, not just any our programs, distinctive programs that are what? Relevant to what is happening in Nigeria, relevant to the peculiarities of the environment we find ourselves. They are contemporary. That means the programs and the trainings they're organizing are not obsolete. They're not just dusting something from 20 years ago and coming back and, they look at the peculiarities of what is around and they organize that. And also the last thing about this mission is what? They are proactive. That means they look ahead to see what can be done, not waiting for the challenges to come before addressing it. So I think they do deserve a round of applause around the house today. I think we can do better than that. So what are some of the services they offer? They offer on-site, off-site trainings. They offer trainings like seminars, workshops, trainings like symposiums, different types of trainings, national trainings all over the country. And also, they also organize trainings for retirement and pre-retirement trainings as well. So I'm very sure by the grace and mercies of God, we understand those who never knew what CPIN is, have a little bit of understanding of what this great institution has been doing in Nigeria since 1999. So please clap for this great institution. Because our time is fast spent, we will want to use this opportunity to take the welcome address by the President and Chairperson of this Council, no other one but Alhaji Umani Kwaranga. Please, sir, can we put our hands together as we take the microphone?
Sometimes the MCs, the photographers, and the rest dictate where you stand, what you say. Thank you very much, MC, for a job well done. You have already done the welcome remarks or the address. We are welcoming our distinguished and inductees. We are honored for all of you to be here today. The distinguished members of the National Assembly here present, the representative of the Inspector General of Police, my colleagues, some of my colleagues are on the Council of CPIN here present, the distinguished inductees that are here, either as a fellow who are flat with their tie looking green to differentiate them from the associates, other distinguished guests here present, gentlemen of the press, our police, excellent police band, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Council of the Certified Pension Institute of Nigeria, I welcome our distinguished inductees here present to the 2024 induction ceremony of our institute. We give glory to Almighty God for joining mercies to all our inductees and guests who have come from far and near to be part of this historic event. As we all know that the contributing pension scheme is 20 years old this year, we have sort of an induction theme that is topical and relevant to this occasion. Let us assess the journey so far appraise the challenges and let us be part of the team that will work out improvement that it may end well with the Nigerian worker. We know the challenges that we are facing, a lot of strike and the rest. I believe this is one of the success story of the so many administrations that were part and parcel in setting up this scheme. Today our lecturer, who is here with us, will lead us to look at the 20 years of contributory pension scheme in Nigeria, the challenges and the way forward. Therefore, we gather to strive at professionalism as a body whose membership pursuit is scholastic and scientific, using our professional competence to help our country achieve our transformation and jointly address the issues of pension problems in the country. Our knowledge of various aspects and forms of pension management is such that members could exchange ideas, knowledge, methods, advice, and education. This is the crux of our gathering and our existence as a body. We will continue to improve on our professionalism in order to meet the yearnings of Nigerians, enhance and promote the development of pension administration in Nigeria. My profound appreciation goes to all distinguished personalities here present for finding time out of their busy schedule to honor our institute. I must say that I'm honored and delighted to be part of this significant event, which witnessed the investiture of eminent personalities into the Institute Hall of Fame for their enviable capacity and contribution toward the strengthening of the pension system and the associated services in Nigeria. Our fellows and associates are distinguished and accomplished individuals in pension practice and associated financial services in Nigeria. Therefore, we implore you to be good ambassadors of the Institute in your various organizations by your conduct, professional utterances, and representing interests of this body at all times to the highest standard of ethical conduct and efficiency. To our distinguished guests who are not yet members of our noble institute, the 35 Pension Institute of Nigeria is a professional body representing the pension professionals and associated services in both private and public sectors of the Nigerian economy. It was founded with the idea of bringing together professionals to encourage greater dialogue, cooperation, and educational opportunities. In addition, our institute is set to improve on the current forum for all, where extending access to people in employment without a university degree and undergraduate to commence their registration process from July this year. They will commence their examination at the pension technical level and all the way up, while entry to other stages remains minimum of university first degree or HND plus any additional experience. Kindly contact our secretariat or our website www.pensioninstitute.org for more details. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this historic ceremony and congratulations to all our inductees. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, can we put our hands together for you? It's noteworthy about what he said about professionalism, that the main focus or essence of this great institute is to see how, as professionals, we can exchange ideas, we can collaborate, and look at how to improve the pension scheme in Nigeria as a whole. And it's noteworthy to also listen to him saying this new thing they're starting in July, which is really, really commendable. I'm not sure if you did read that, but I must say it's commendable that allowing people without university's degree to come in and start from the rank as technical team, right, on the technical level, and to rise up. Please, can you clap for this great institute? I'm sure we have several people we can recommend to this place as well. So going on in the program, we want to invite the distinguished special guest of honor who will take us on the theme of this great event, and that is covering Igbo taco. Please, can we put our hands together?
Mr. President,
With a
I
small
know
P.
that.
This Mr. President with a small P.
I know where that small P came from.
Thank you.
Yes. I stand on existing protocols. My lecture is 20 years of contributory pension scheme in Nigeria, challenges and way forward. You already have it there, so if I skip certain points, it's deliberate because you have it there. Nigeria implemented a comprehensive pension scheme or reform aimed at enhancing the efficiency of pension administration across the country in 2004 with the enactment of the Pension Reform Act 2004, which was repealed and replaced with Pension Reform Act 2014. The reform encompassed various aspects such as governance, contribution, benefits, and regulatory oversight to ensure that pension funds are managed effectively and transparently. Key elements of the reform include the establishment of the National Pensions Commission, PENCOM, which is charged with the responsibility of regulating and supervising the contributory pension scheme that was established in the Act. Then it also has the employer and employees who are critical stakeholders in the schemes. They contribute in the scheme, and this employer, by employer we mean employers in the private sector, public sector, states and local government. Then we have the licensed operators who are the pension fund administrators who are supposed to manage the assets including investment of the pension funds and payment of pensions. Then the custodian, pension fund custodians who will house the scheme or the fund. No pension administrator keeps the fund. Pension reform in Nigeria has led to substantial enhancement in the pension system, such as improved accountability, expanded coverages through initiatives like the micro pension plan for informal sector workers, the self-employed, and those not covered by the Act. We also have the transfer window where an employee is free to transfer from one PFA to the other without giving any reason why he or she is doing so. Then the other one has to do with the pension fund can be used, balance in the retirement savings account can be used for residential mortgage. Because for any person who retires, one of the greatest things they need, apart from health, is accommodation. So that one too is part of what is there now, and it enhances it. The reform has contributed to a strong and more sustainable pension system aiming to offer retirees enhanced financial security and confidence during their retirement years. The CPS has grown significantly, coming from a 2 trillion liability in the public sector to now 20 trillion pension fund assets, as at the time we're talking now. This great achievements notwithstanding, there are challenges associated with the contributory pension scheme. Some of the challenges we are looking at includes compliance issues. Compliance issue, we will first look at the private sector. The private sector, as far as the private sector is concerned, you know that to the private sector, the shareholders, is all about the maximization of profit in everything they do. So anything that comes out that will reduce that profit is not really welcome to them. And so they see pension contribution, including life insurance, they see it as something that reduces their profits. So there are challenges. If they have any way to avoid it, they will avoid. Even the workers themselves, if they have a way of avoiding contribution, they will do so because of the present challenges. Therefore, it is a critical challenge, and to address this in the private sector, what PENCOM has done, they have registered 25 recovery agents who go about. As at now, as at this first quarter, they've collected almost 20-something billions from defaulting employers in the private sector. That goes with the contributions not paid and then the penalties that follow. About 3 employers have also been taken to court in order to get them to comply. One of the greatest challenge is federal government. One would have expected that the federal government that initiated the scheme will be able to comply with the law. However, the Pension Reform Act 2014 reviewed the contributions, and those contributions were reviewed from 8.5% each to 10 and 8% for employers and employees. And it took the federal government almost 10 years for them to start complying with those deductions. And that affected the whole system because it is the funds that are in the RSA of employees that are invested that can bring enhanced benefits on retirement. So it's also a great issue. But we thank God that that has been overcome because the federal government is now complying with the thing. But as of today, that compliance is just here and there because now they are batching retirees, federal government retirees, to pay their pension because the bulk of the pension is in accrued rights. Those people who were in service before the takeoff of the contributory pension scheme in 2004, their rights were protected under the old defined benefit scheme, which was in existence before the coming into force of the contributory pension scheme. And they were given bonds. Those bonds are supposed to be discounted, and when an employee retires, the bonds, the money from the bonds paid into the retirement service account, and together with the contributions and the return on investment thereof is what is used to pay. Since the bulk of the money is in the accrued rights, and it is not paid, so they batch them. Government just releases money. As government releases money, they pay a particular batch and the others are waiting. So there are backlogs. That is also a great challenge. But one of the greatest challenges is with the state governments. The state governments, in 2004, the state governments did not come into the contributory pension scheme, not because they were not seen as being people who they were part of it. I took part in the reforms. I was a member of the reform committee that brought about the pension reform. I was a member, and then also an inaugural board member of the National Pensions Commission. The point is that when the law went to the National Assembly, you know, all the lawmakers, most of them without being derogatory, are mostly always hearing from their governors. And so the governors told them that pension is not under the exclusive legislative list, so it cannot be the sole responsibility of government. They should make their own laws. So the states were taken out of the scheme. That's why in the 2004 Act, the states were not included. But what then happened is that there was one universal law, that is the Pension Act 1990 was of universal application in both the states, the federal and local government. But the Pension Reform Act 2004 repealed that law, thereby leaving every other person, every other public servant, whether state, federal, and local government, without a law, except federal, FTC, and states as that were mentioned in the Act. So what then now happened was that then the National Pensions Commission went to the National Council of State, and the Council of State agreed that states should come up with their own pension laws. And a draft pension law was given to the states from PENCOM, which they were to use in order to bring out their own law. And as we talk now, you will see the whole breakdown here. I don't want to take a lot of time. Only about 26 states have pension laws. And out of this, about 6 are under the contributory defined benefit scheme. That's a hybrid of the old defined benefit scheme. And those states, out of those states, only Kano and Jigawa are now paying pension under their own laws. And only about 7 states that have laws, they are listed there, that are actually paying pension based on their own pension laws. The question therefore arises is, under what law are the remaining states paying pension? Your guess is as good as mine. The data is provided there. The other issue is the quantum of monthly pension. The monthly pension is a product of contributions and return on investment thereof. And contribution is a product of the salary the employee is earning, because it's a percentage of the salary. And if the salary is low, as we already know salaries are low in Nigeria, then contributions are definitely going to be low. And if the contributions are going to be low, then of course the end pension will not be that which will be adequate for any retiree. That's a great challenge. Then gratuity, and this issue of gratuity comes most in the private sector. Before the Pension Reform Act, before the contributory pension, gratuity in the private sector, some people call it golden handshakes for those who wear suits like the ones people are wearing. The blue-collar job people, they call it gratuity. The big man, they call it golden handshake. And that golden handshake can be as anything. Your guess is as good as mine. But then, when the law came up, there is no mention of gratuity. What we only have there is lump sum. And the private sector stopped paying gratuity. They said that gratuity is not part of the benefits that are put in the law. But then what they forget is that gratuity is a negotiated end payment. It's not a statutory payment. It wasn't statutory. It's a negotiated. And the Pension Reform Act did not come to take away that was negotiated. Rather, it came to enhance pension. So they are not paying. They are not paying does not mean that the law says they shouldn't pay. It's because they find it convenient not to pay by referring to the law. The other issue is discriminatory increase of pension. Section 173, subsection 2, says that pension should be increased every 5 years, or should be increased with any salary increase, or if after 5 years there is no salary increase, then pension should be increased. That's the constitution. Once that is for state and that is for federal, then the state has its own also. Unfortunately, the issue is that pension, since the data is there, I gave it in another place, Federal government has refused to increase, deliberately refused against the provisions of the law. Because if you go to section 39.3 of the Pension Reform Act, it establishes also a framework for review of the pensions under the contributory pension scheme. That section 39, subsection 3 of Pension Reform Act 2014 provides that without prejudice to subsection 2 of this section, the Commission shall by the end of every calendar year determine the adequacy of the redemption fund against the projected pension liability of government arising from voluntary and mandatory retirement, deaths of employees in service, and the right of pensioners to review pension in line with section 173, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The provisions explicitly aligns contributory pension scheme with the constitutional mandate ensuring that pensions under the CPS and DPS are subject to same review mechanism. But unfortunately, the CPS, there have been 4 reviews since the coming on board of the contributory pension scheme. You have reviews. In 2007, you had a review of 15% increment, and then in 2010, there was a 33% increase, all on the old defined benefit schemes. Consequential adjustment in 2019 following the national minimum wage, and just recently in 2024, there is the 20% and 28% increases in pension, and all this were not done under the contributory pension scheme. The other issue is exemptions. There are exemptions that are taking place. The PEM secretaries were exempted, the heads of service were exempted, the military and security agencies were exempted, and all these exemptions are provoking requests for other exemptions. And like I said there, you will not blame all those who are asking for exemption when there is discrimination about this. In between the old scheme and the new scheme, you find people who retired under the old scheme. I retired as a federal director. And I know that I retired in 2012, and I know that the people under the contributory pension scheme, so unfortunately, don't let me use the word unfortunately, I will say that I'm a baby of the contributory pension scheme. I was in the reform committee that enacted the Pension Reform Act. I served in the inaugural board of PENCOM for almost 5 years. And I served also as interim chairman of Trust Fund and First Guarantee Pension when the regulator intervened. So, and then I retired under the contributory pension scheme. But then some of the people who retired before me as director are ending pension more than me. Those are some of the challenges with the contributory pension scheme. Then also there is a death of investable instruments for pension. As at the last time, almost 70% of pension was under government instruments. Well, yes, government instruments are safe. They are safe, so we believe, and I believe so. But they don't guarantee adequate return on investment. That's one of the problems. Of course, there is a lack of knowledge. There is a knowledge gap in the working of the contributory pension, even by government officials who ought to know. You are living witnesses of the past issue about saying that 20 trillion from pension fund will be used for infrastructure. The framework for investment of pension funds talks about 5% for now. And as at the time the minister was even talking about using that money for investment in infrastructures and all that, 70% of the pension funds were already in government security. Where were they going to get the other? That's another discussion. I wrote something about that. Then again, to sustainability of the contributory pension scheme, the CPS was designed to improve the sustainability of pension benefits for workers. It shifted the burden of pension provision from government and employers only to both employers and employees, ensuring a more equitable and reliable system. Key factors influencing its sustainability include economic stability, adequate funding, effective regulation, robust investment strategies to generate returns. Continuous monitoring and adjustments are necessary to address challenges such as inflation, economic downturns, and demographic shifts that can affect schemes' long-term viability. Are there prospects for the scheme? Yes, the prospects for the CPS are generally positive, driven by several factors. Growing participation as more employers and employees join the scheme, the funds is going to increase, and when the pool of funds increases and management increases, enhancing the scheme's overall, it will enhance the scheme's overall sustainability. Improved regulations, the efforts of PENCOM towards strengthening regulatory frameworks and oversight are helping to ensure compliance, transparency, and fairness within the pension scheme, boosting confidence among stakeholders. Investment opportunities, the ability to invest pension funds in diverse assets, including upstream, that's outside this country. They are there, the law provides it, but the law also says that for that to happen, the approval of the president has to be gotten. Then, of course, demographic trends. Nigeria's youthful population provides a long investment horizon for pension funds, potentially yielding substantial returns over time if managed prudently. Of course, public awareness and education, there should be a need for continuous public awareness in the workings of the contributory pension scheme and the law itself. Despite these positive aspects, like I said earlier, challenges such as economic volatility, regulatory gaps, and demographic shifts remain. Addressing these challenges through continuous monitoring, policy adjustment, and stakeholders' collaborations will be crucial to ensuring long-term success and sustainability of Nigerians' contributory pension scheme. If these challenges associated with the CPS are not adequately addressed, they have the potential to erode the success achieved thus far and undermine the reasons behind the 2004 pension reform. Thank you.
Splendid lecture. In the course of his lecture, I'm sure you noticed the balls in the room, some little form of distraction. We had a team coming in uniform, and we have the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, Commissioner CP Adegoke, Fayo Ade, please stand up. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Is here representing the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kayode Egbetokun, who is unfortunately absent, but I'm sure he's ably represented by your presence. Thank you, sir, for being here. At least, how many of you have been in a room with the Commissioner of Police? In fact, before I leave today, sir, if you oblige me, I would like to take a picture with you. So anytime I'm stopped on the road, what will I do? I won't talk. I'll just go like this. What will they do after that? Please answer me. If any policeman sees that picture, what will they do? They will salute and say, Madam, please go. Nothing else. Welcome. Thank you very much. Like they say, the police are our friends. Thank you. Our dear comrade spoke about the challenges and the way forward. First of all, he talked about what pension has done in Nigeria. And listening through, I'm sure you heard some things. And before he started highlighting the challenges and there are also suggestions for the way forward. So quickly, we would like to call on the chairman, the president of CPRN, to please give us about 3 minutes remarks on what is heard being said today. And after that, I'm going to call another person to please come on and take the remarks as well. Thank you, sir.
Let me once more welcome the Inspector General of Police, ably represented by the Commissioner of Police, Lagos. You are welcome, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, comrades, for a well-detailed presentation. I believe most of us are more informed now about the issue of the new Pension Reform Act. Even though it's over almost 20 years now, but we can see where we are coming from and where we are today. With a pension asset of close to 20 trillion, very few industries or sectors that can be able to vouch for that. And the difference between the old pension scheme and the new one, as enumerated by the comrade, you can see that the old one was not funded. The new one is fully funded. That is the advantage and that is the difference. For some of us that have been in the pension industry for long, we can see that more than 70 or 80% of that pension assets are not only in government securities, but in quoted companies. I happen to wear so many caps. I'm the chairman of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, apart from the chairman of the Pension Institute. So I know the amount that has been invested in the Nigerian capital market through the Pension Reform Act that was established purposely to make sure that at the end of the day, it's a fund that you can be able to rely on immediately after your retirement. Now, new incentives have even been brought into this scheme by bringing the issue of the mortgage, the issue of non-interest. So many other incentives have already been brought to this scheme. So I believe for some of people like Comrade that have seen it before and have seen the success of this, I don't look at those challenges, I look at the opportunities. Yes, there are some issues as enumerated by the Comrade in terms of, especially from the state governments. Very few state governments, out of the 26 that the Comrade have mentioned, that they have the pension law enacted into their state, but very few are funding those pensions. Only maybe states like Lagos, Kaduna, maybe to mention a few. I'm sorry, even the Kano and Jigawa he has mentioned. What they have a closed pension scheme. And what they do is a situation whereby they because of the law, they have to take it to a pension fund as administration. You know, they are separated, those that are holding the funds and those that are administering the funds. Where the pension funds custodians and where the pension funds administrators. So the pension funds administrators don't even have access to those funds. They only administer and use those funds. So that you can have a check and balance because of the experiences of before in terms of embezzlement and the way and manner that you have a lot of delays in giving payment for some of the retirees. Sorry to say that most of our parents died while they are waiting for their pension. With the new Pension Reform Act, you can take your phone today and look at even the contribution you have made and not only the contribution, the returns on that investment. I can stand here and say, from my own account, as a PFA holder, the amount I contributed, the returns on that investment is more than even the investment I've already been made. What I'm saying, if assuming today, in the last 20 years, I maybe contributed 20 million, it's expected that in that my account, you see nothing less than 60 million. Because the returns on the investment for any pension fund retiree, RSA holder, the amount he has invested, the returns is big more than that. That's one of the success story of the Pension Reform Act. And that's what the comrades have already been emphasizing in his lecture. To say that this Reform Act has come to stay. We don't see any administration that can come and change it. Today, we have some organizations like the police, as an example. See, the commercial police is here. I can give an example. They have their own PFA. They call it the MPF Pension Administration. And when you look at that, out of this 20 trillion, I can say that MPF have more than 1 trillion into their account for the policemen in Nigeria. And the returns that is there. And when you look at the head office they built, with the returns of that without borrowing a kobo, and it's almost the same thing as the headquarters of the police force, which I believe was built by the government. So you can see a lot of benefits as enumerated by comrade in making his statement. And I'm happy that today the inductees are coming to an institute that you can beat your chest and say that you are part and parcel of CPIN. CPIN has come a long way. For some of us, we feel proud for us to even add our names, which we are going to start from today. Either you are an associate or you are a fellow. This is something that have added value even to the CVs that usually apply for employment. And we are even going further than that. Today we are at the National Assembly trying to make sure that we have become chartered. And I believe with the caliber of people I've seen here, we can be able to join hands together with the council to make sure that this institute is being chartered. Even without the charter, you can see the value addition is making in the industry. And I believe with your support, we'll go a long way. So I believe this is an opportunity for me to invite all. Today you have become part of the family of the CPIA. We are going to be speaking on the same level. Today I can beat my chest and say, if you are going to look at the quoted companies in Nigeria, either Space Bank or Zenith or Stanbic or the oil companies or insurance, if to say that the PFAs have been allowed, every company that we have in Nigeria today, the investment that the pension assets have made is more than 5 to 10% of that. Only the retirees, people like us, we can be able to go to the AGM and even change the board of those companies. And this is part of the success story of this Pension Reform Act. Unlike before, that we are always maybe operating in different segments, we are operating in silos. Now we are all under the PENCOM, and it's expected that under the PENCOM, they have the PENOP, which are the pension operators, who happens to be people like us that are here. And that they want that at every level that you can be able to see the amount of investment that has been made into those companies. Time will come and quote me that the PFAs are going to be bigger than the banks in Nigeria. And this is a success story I'm saying. You are welcome to this family, and you'll be rest assured you are coming to the right institute. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, dear President. Can we please clap for him? He spoke passionately. I also want to invite another person to give us remarks on what the special guest of honor, the speech from the special guest of honor. And I'm going to invite Mr. Babatunde Adefusi Owate, the Director General of Ondo State Pension Commission. Please, can we put our hands together for him?
have like 2 to 3 minutes. My comments are few. I want to appreciate the guest speaker for all that he has said today. He has succinctly highlighted for us the prospects and the issues that we have with the contributory pension scheme in Nigeria. I was at an event, I think last month, in Ibadan. Thank you, Comrade. Comrade was also there. We were the panelists for that event. And contributory pension scheme was an issue that was discussed, and you can imagine the anger of unionists against the contributory pension scheme. And that is a charge for all of us, that there is still a whole lot to do. Comrade mentioned something while he was presenting, that those that retired under the defined benefit scheme are earning higher than him that is a baby of the CPS. That is a very big issue that all the stakeholders in the pension industry, we need to sit down and find a way to resolve. At the end of that program in Ibadan, unionists were bringing us that of the southwest, of all the states in the southwest who are the contributory pension scheme, they are going to make a strong move to their governors to exit the contributory pension scheme because they feel that their interest is not well protected, and that at the end of the day, they will be worse off if they retired on the contributory pension scheme. So for me, there is still a whole lot of work to do. 20 years is a long time, but I think we need to do more to address that. The other thing I want to talk about is this issue of exemptions, which he mentioned. It's a very big headache for this scheme. If you keep allowing everybody to exit the scheme, it will get to a point where the benefit and the strength of the scheme would have been seriously watered down. So stakeholders, CIPN has a huge role to play in this, working with National PENCOM in Abuja and the National Assembly to ensure that these issues are thoroughly dealt with and addressed. And I've said it earlier, the need for more sensitization. The need for more sensitization. It's very, very important. A whole lot of people don't even know their rights under the contributory pension scheme, especially those who are working in the private sector. I was in an event where I was asked to speak on the contributory pension scheme. People that have worked for 5 to 10 years does not even know what to do when their employer does not remit their contributions that have even been deducted from them. So at the end of the day, they are lost, because for every 1 day that remittance and deductions have been made from you and it's not remitted to the PFAs for investment, you are losing. So a whole lot needs to be done on sensitization, especially for the rights of those people who are on the contribution scheme. We are talking about 30, 35 years time. Now we are still strong, we are agile, we can run around, we can do 1 or 2 things. What happens when you are 60, 65, and you cannot run around again? What are they going to be living on? Then the last but not the least is an appeal to CIPN. I'm happy the chairman mentioned that you're already at the National Assembly trying to get the institute chartered. Please do. What took some of us to where we are today is because we are members of a professional body called ICANN. Because of its recognition, there is nowhere you take it to, whether in the private or public sector, that the value will not be added to you. So I'm charging CIPN, please continue to work so that by the time you have this qualification of the Pension Institute added to your name, it will also add value. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much as well. Thank you. Pension is something that affects everybody seated in the room. It's something that we should all ponder on and take seriously. And we need to encourage the Institute, CPIN, to also take note of all that has been said today and take it to the right authorities to see what we can do to make improvement and to protect, especially like you heard the the speaker speaking about the states, how many states are contributing to the pension scheme. But I belong to the private sector, having worked for almost 3 decades in the private sector. And then you hear stories that employers will even deduct from the salary. And just like you rightly say, and they don't remit. And after trying to fight and go back, people will just let it go. So we need to see how we can protect the citizens of this country. Thank you very much for such a wonderful lecture. Before we go to the next point of this agenda, I want to apologize on behalf of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That is the fellows who were supposed to be inducted today. You would have seen them on the program, and also the House of Rep members. Unfortunately, they had an emergency plenary session that is taken up today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but it happened and they have to be in Abuja. But most of them are online, I want to believe, and they're also watching. We've already taken apologies from the IG, and we can have the IG representative in the House on behalf of the IG without hearing something from him. So I want to, at this point, welcome the Commissioner of Police representing please still be seated, sir, because I don't want you to be standing. Okay, you can stand, at least let's be looking at your face. Representing the Inspector General of Police, IG Kayode Egbetokun, we have amongst us today the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, CP Adegoke Fayoade MNI. Can we put our hands together to welcome him?
Thank you, the police band. The president and chairman of council of Satisfied Pensionists of Nigeria, Alhaji Imam Kwaranga, FCIP, distinguished speaker of the day, Comrade Iro Tako, sorry about that. Other council members of Chartered Pensioners of Nigeria, Chief Femi Odufowokon, Pastor Peter Adedeji, the Executive Secretary of the Council, Dr. Samson Akinyemi, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press. I have the honor of representing the Inspector General of Police, Federal Republic of Nigeria, IGP Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun, MPM, PhD, on this occasion. He would have been here but for the exigencies of the job, which you all know. Is, however, very grateful for this great honor that is done to him as a part of the inductees for the Satisfied Pension Institute of Nigeria. He feels highly honored, and the Nigeria Police too feel highly honored. He said I should express his sincere thanks and appreciation, and promise that as an inductee of this great pension association, we continue to contribute his quota to the development of this association. He pledged his support, his loyalty. He said I should thank you so much, and that is highly honored and grateful for this honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you so much. want to recognize some of the council members who came in during the course of the program. We want to recognize Chief Femi Odufo-Okon. Please, can you stand? Thank you, sir. And also Pastor Peter. Please stand. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Quickly, we're moving very fast in the program, and we're going to go on to the presentation of inductees and administration of induction, the oath of allegiance, which will be taken by Chief Femi Odufo-Okon. Please, sir, please, can you come to the podium, or are you taking it there? Shall I pass the mic? Okay. I want to believe the inductees have their oath of office with them. So at this point, I'm going to invite all inductees to be upstanding, the fellows and the associates. Please, all inductees in the house, can you be upstanding? Do you have the oath of office with you? You don't? Okay, I'm sure there will be some you can share. Sir, please come on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the MC. I wanted to decline when you were inviting me, because by virtue of protocol, when my president has spoken in the government staff, you are not expected to speak when the governor or senior officer has spoken. Perhaps he should have asked me to do that before now, but I know with kind permission of my president, I will be taking this. So I want to congratulate all of us, particularly the inductee. So we now take a oath of office, and I believe we all have a copy, or we can share the copy that we have there with us. Where I mentioned my name, you mention your name, because it's true that it's been inducted. But if you mention my name, it means I'm going to go away with a multiple certificate and document. So upon admission into the membership of the Institute, I, Femi Odufo-Okon, as a certified pension practitioner, do hereby promise to abide by the code of conduct of the Institute, that in my professional conduct, I will not do anything or engage in anything that is capable of bringing the profession or the name of the Institute to the rescue. I am aware and I do hereby accept that my misconduct could lead to the cancellation of my membership and deletion of my name from the register of the Institute. So help me God. Congratulations. You are going to you'll be provided with a copy of the oath. You put your name, your own handwriting, membership grade, and of course your signature and date. I believe you return it upon being presented by the certificate. Thank you very much, and congratulations once again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Odufo-Okon. We're going next to the next item on the agenda, and that will be the presentation of certificates, award, and plaques by the chairperson, the chairman and president of CPIN, Alhaji Umar Kwaranga. Please, can we clap for him? Sorry, no, sorry. Okay, I was going to say you stand here to do the presentation, right? While I read the profile. Recipient is Senator Solomon Olamilekan Adeola, CON. Senator Solomon Olamilekan Adeola, commonly known as Yayi, is a Nigerian politician who has served as a senator for Ogun West since 2023. He previously served as a senator from the Lagos West from 2015 to 2023. From 2011 to 2015, he was the chairman of the House of Reps on Public Accounts. He's a chartered accountant and a member of the Association of Accounting Technicians, AAT. He grew up in Alimosho, where he began his education at State Primary School, Alimosho, Lagos. He proceeded to Community Grammar School, Akunwojo, Lagos, for his secondary education. He moved on to Ondo State Polytechnic, Owo, now known as Rufus Giwa Polytechnic, Ondo State, where he bagged a higher diploma in accounting. Adiola is a chartered accountant and a chartered accountant fellow at the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN. Adiola had a stint with the flagmanship of the Nigerian newspapers, the Guardian newspapers, for 12 years, and he rose to the position of an accountant. He later proceeded to Olatunji Omoyeni and Co., a chartered audit accounting firm, where he led the audit team for several years and was later promoted to the position of a senior auditor. He later established his own company, Sotem Nigeria Limited, where he was the managing director and the chief executive officer in the firm that specialized in tax consultancy. Following his decision to join active politics, sometimes at the dawn of the Fourth Republic, Adiola was nominated and he won the primary of the then ruling ANC Action Congress of Nigeria, Lagos State, and he was elected as a member to represent Alimosho State Constituency 2. He was also part of the team that passed the Fiscal Responsibility Act and Public Procurement Act of Lagos State. Adiola was elected to the federal legislature to represent Alimosho Federal Constituency at the Nigerian House of Rep in 2011. And when the committees of the House were inaugurated by the Speaker, retired Honorable Aminu Tambuwa, for members, he got the position of the chairman of the only constitutional committee, the Public Accounts Committee of the House. He was re-elected as senator representing Lagos West in 2019 general elections. He was named the chairman, Senate Committee on Appropriations of the 10th Senate on the 8th of August 2023. Senator Adiola is a member of 8th Loan and Debt Management, Emergency and Disaster Preparedness, Land, Transport and Petroleum Resources Upstream Committee. I present to you Senator Solomon Olamilekan Adiola. The next recipient is Senator Cyril Fashui. Senator Cyril Fashui is currently serving his first term as a senator representing Ekiti North Senatorial District under the platform of the All Progressive Congress, APC, in the 10th Senate. He is currently the chairman, Senate Committee on Establishment and Public Service Matters. Before venturing into mainstream politics, Senator Fashui was the managing director and the chief executive officer of Legacy Foods Limited. I present to you Senator Cyril Fashui. Is Honorable Hussaini Mohammed Jallo. Honorable Hussaini Mohammed Jallo is the chairman House Committee on Pension at the 10th Assembly of the House of Representatives of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He obtained master's degree with specialty in company law, policy, and management at Ahmadu Bello University, 1988 to 1989. Nigerian Law School, Lagos, 1986 to 1987, Ahmadu Bello University, 1983 to 1986, Ahmadu Bello University Diploma in Law, 1981 to 1983. He's had appointments at the national, state, and local government levels. To mention some of them are, he was appointed Executive Secretary, Petroleum Technology Development Fund, PTDF 2005. He initiated the local scholarship scheme unit of PTDF. He initiated the move and approval of the permanent site of the College of Petroleum Studies. He pushed for upgrade of some selected Nigerian universities. He sponsored some professorial chairs in some universities. He issued scholarships to postgraduate studies in oil and gas related courses overseas. He issued scholarships for PhD studies in oil and gas related courses overseas. He was appointed Commissioner of Environment, Kaduna State. He was Commissioner of Lands in Kaduna State. He was a board member of Nigerian Export Processing Zone Authority. He was the political advisor to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He was once an elected deputy party chairman for Kaduna State. He was the special advisor on politics to the governor of Kaduna State. He was the deputy director general of Montuchi Campaign Organization, 2003 to 2006. He was once the interim chairman of the management committee of Igabi local government. He was the coordinator of Maitema Central Zone and member of Central Working Committees. He has been a member of various other committees of state and federal levels. Some of them are Member Advisory Committee for Privatization, Commercial of CPD and Nigerian Newspaper, appointment to Local Organizing Committee and Subcommittee on Protocol of CADA, 2009. I present to you Honorable Hussaini Mohammed Jali. The next recipient is Honorable Prince Olaide Latif Mohammed Kola. Honorable Dr. Prince Olaide Latif Mohammed is the Vice Chairman, House Committee on Pensions. He is an esteemed representative of the Irepo Orilokwe Olongshogo Federal Constituency and Vice Chairman of the House Committee on Pensions. He was born into the esteemed Adelabu royal family in Kisi, Irepo local government area of Oyo State. He has earned a reputation as a person of integrity and commitment to both human and societal development. Amongst his friends, he is affectionately referred to as the Prince of Peace. Prince Olaide pursued academic endeavors diligently. He attended Asauddin Primary School in Kisi for his elementary education and Kishi Community Grammar School for his secondary education. He furthered his studies at Oyo State College of Education in Ila, Oregon, where he obtained National Certificate in Education, NCE. He then went on to complete a Bachelor of Science degree in Physics in 1990 and a postgraduate diploma in Computer Science in 1992, both from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. These are some of the featured accomplishments of Honorable Prince Dr. Olaide Latif Mohammed for future records. Achievements. 1. Facilitated and completed a block of classroom at Ariwajoye Secondary School, Saru, Kishi. Facilitated and commissioned a block of classrooms at Oloye Grammar School in Igbeti. Facilitated and completed a block of classrooms at AUD Primary School, Modeke, Igboho, provided cash grants to over 700 people in the old Irepo constituency, empowered over 300 farmers in the old Irepo constituency with various agricultural items. Lastly, facilitated not less than 8 federal government jobs for constituents. I present to you Honorable Dr. Prince Olaide Latif Mohammed, Holland. The next recipient is Honorable Oluwafemi Ogunbanwo. Oluwafemi Ogunbanwo, popularly called Omoiwa, was born on the 7th day of October 1967 in Ijebu-Ode to the families of Ogunbanwo, Osiewu, and Idowu. His late father, Amos Ayodele Ogunbanwo, was until death in 1975 a businessman, and his mother, Mrs. Comfort Ogunbanwo, was a primary school teacher. Omoiwa was called to the Nigerian bar on the 16th of December 1992 to qualifying as a barrister and solicitor of the Federal Republic of Nigeria from the Nigerian Law School. While in the law school, he served with the law firm of Tayo Oyetibo & Co. in 1992. He attended the University of Lagos between 1988 to 1991 and also holds an LLM degree from the same university in 1995. Femi Ogunbanwo began his schooling at St. Peter's UNA Primary School, Ijebu-Ode. He proceeded to the Ijebu-Ode Grammar School in September of the same year and completed his secondary school studies from that same school. He then moved on to School of Basic Studies of Ogun State Polytechnic, where he obtained his GCE certificate. During his studies at University of Lagos, he was the Assistant Secretary General of the Law Society 1988 to 1989 and the General Secretary of the University of Lagos Students Union 1990 to 1991. He was a senator of the National Association of Nigerian Students, NAS, 1990 to 1991. At UNILAG, he served in various committees and he was one of the coordinators of the federal government students' reception for Nelson Mandela's visit to Nigeria after his release from jail. He also championed the establishment of an endowment fund for award of bursary to indigent students called Akintunde Ojo Bursary Award. Upon his call to bar, he served with the legal department of defunct Prime Merchant Bank in 1993. He then practiced with the law firm of Tunji Abayomi & Co. in 1994 to 1996, before he moved on to another firm called Ogunbanwo Ashekun Okunsoya & Co., which he set up with his friends. He worked in the National Assembly as Senior Assistant, Chief Legal Assistant to Senator Tokunbo Afikuyomi between 1999 and 2007. Femi Ogunbanwo was a former legal advisor to Ijebu-Ode Development Association 1990 to 2001 and a co-founder of a social philanthropic association by name Royal Galaxy Club Ijebu-Ode. He is also a member of the organizing committee of Ijebu Renaissance Group, which coordinated the 80th birthday ceremony of Alayeluwa Obasikiru Adetono, the Awujale of Ijebu land. He is a member of the Finance and Investment Committee of Christ Church, Porogun Ijebode, an advisor to the parish youths of the same church. He is a minister, deputy HOD in the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG. He has been a recipient of many awards from many organizations. Some of them are the Rotary Club, Lions Club, SOS, Children's Village Nigeria, and so on. He was appointed in December 2019 to serve in Ogun State by Prince Dapo Abiodun MFR as the Honorable Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernment Affairs. He is a member of the House of Reps of the National Assembly, representing Ijebu-Ode, Odogbolu, Ijebu North East constituency. He is a Deputy Chancellor of the Diocese of Ijebu Southwest Anglican Communion. December 10, 2020, the United Nations Positive Livelihood Award Center, an international autonomous institution, appointed Femi Ogumbawo as International Peace Advocate, Mayor of Peace. He is happily married and blessed with children. I present to you Honorable Olufemi Ogumbawo. So we're going to present to the Inspector General of Police, and we want to call on to the Commissioner of Police, CP Adegoke Fayoade, MNI, to please do the honors while I read the profile of the, sorry, you stand there, sir. I'll read the profile of the IG. Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun was born on the 4th of September 1964 at Erija Yewa South Local Government Area, Ogun State, Nigeria. He enlisted in the Nigerian Police Force as a member of the Cadet Assistant Superintendent of Police Corps 16. After his cadet training in Nigerian Police Academy, he was posted to the then Plateau State, where he had his compulsory one-year post-cadet training attachment in Akwanga Division. He later served as Divisional Traffic Officer, DTO, Nasarawa Egong Division, Staff Officer, Junior, State Headquarters, Jos, and Commander of the Plateau State Quick Intervention Squad based in Lafayette during the 1993 general elections in Nigeria. He was posted in 1994 to the Criminal Investigations Department, CID Lagos, and later as the officer in charge, Igondo Police Station. General Security Officer to the Governor of Lagos State then in 1999 to 2005. The IG worked as the Chief Superintendent of Police and was redeployed to Lagos State Special Anti-Crime Outfit, the Rapid Response Squad, from 2005 to 2007. Other places he served include Commander Police Mobile Police Force 5, PMF Benin, Officer in Charge Anti-Fraud Section, FCT Command Abuja, CSPA Lagos State Command, Area Commander Oshobo Osun State, Area Commander Gusau Zamfara State, Commandant Police Training School Ikeja Lagos, Deputy Commandant Police College Ikeja. He also served as a Commissioner of Police Sevicon First Headquarters Abuja, Commissioner of Police Explosive Ordnance Disposal First Headquarters Abuja, Commissioner of Police Kwara State Police Command, and also Commissioner of Police Medical Admin Falomon Lagos. He became the Assistant Inspector General of Police in September 2022 and was posted as the Assistant Inspector General of Police Zone 7 Headquarters Abuja. He was appointed as the Deputy Inspector General of Police and subsequently redeployed as BIG First Criminal Investigation Department. Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun is a proud alumnus of University of Lagos. Can we say great Akokite?
Great Akokite.
And 3 other universities in Nigeria. He holds the Bachelor of Science Education degree from the University of Lagos, 1987, completed the certificate program in Electronics Data Processing and Computer Programming for the same university, and the Masters of Science degree in Engineering Analysis. He also possesses the postgraduate diploma in Petroleum Economics from Delta State Abraka, MBA from Lagos State University, and a PhD in Peace and Security Studies from Ikman University, Lorraine. He was appointed as the 22nd Indigenous Inspector General of Police on the 19th of June 2023 by the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. His policing vision is to have a professionally competent, service-driven, rule of law compliant, people-friendly police force that will support the agenda of government for economic recovery, growth, as well as social integration and political development of Nigeria. A police force that is well positioned for appropriate and adequate response to the dynamics of crimes in our contemporary society. He is a holder of Nigerian Police Medal and member of many professional associations, including the Fellow of the Society of Peace Studies and Practice, SPSP, and the International Association of the Chiefs of Police, IACP. Is happily married with children. I present to you IG Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun. Thank you. The next recipient is Honorable Akim Ademola Ige. Honorable Akim Ademola Ige, Chairman Oyo State Local Government Staff Pension Board, LGSPB. Honorable Akim Ademola Ige, fondly known as Ige Again, is a respected politician from Ibadan Southeast Local Government area of Oyo State. Before his recent appointment as the chairman of Oyo State Local Government Staff Pension Board, he had served as a special advisor to the governor on culture and tourism. He has been a minority leader of the 8th Oyo State House of Assembly. He's been a senior special assistant to the governor on youth, sports, and social development. He has served as the board chairman, Ibadan Local Government Property Board Limited, as well as 3-time chairman of Ibadan Southeast Local Government Area, respectively. Honorable Ige holds both master's degree as well as postgraduate diploma in public administration from Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, and higher national diploma HND in electronic engineering from the Polytechnic Ibadan. He is the bandmate to Are Ono Kakanfo of Yoruba land. Honorable Akim Ige's leadership, wisdom, and compassion have guided many youths through challenges as well as inspired them to strive for a better future. He has been making judicious use of every opportunity to improve the future of youths in Nigeria. Many of them are being gainfully employed. It is on record that he's injected over 400 people into the civil and public service at the local, state, and federal levels. Many of them are still in active service and have risen to different positions in their fields of career. Furthermore, the awardee is a community man, philanthropist, humane, and an astute politician of note in the Southwest politics. He is happily married with children. I present to you Honorable Akim Ademola Ige. The next recipient is Alhaji Lukman Akinola Muraina. Alhaji Lukman Akinola Muraina is presently the Permanent Secretary in charge of the Local Government Staff Pension Board. Alhaji Lukman Akinola Muraina was born almost 60 years ago to the Muslim family of Alhaji and Alhaja Muraina Akonde Akinola in Oyo State. He attended the following schools for educational pursuits. 1. St. Augustine Primary School, Ashogo, Oyo Town, Oyo State. Anglican Methodist Modern School, Ajagba, Oyo Town, Oyo State. Awe High School, Awe in Oyo State. Olivet Baptist High School, Olivet High, Oyo Town, Oyo State. University of Ibadan, Oyo State. He is a member of the Nigerian Chartered Institute of Management as well as Fellow Institute of Professional Manager and Administrator of Nigeria, PMAN. The recipient of many distinguished awards in the course of his service career as a civil servant in the service of Oyo State government. In the service of the Oyo State government, he is a man of many parts that has used his God-given talent and knowledge of administration to touch the lives and train many people to become notable personalities in the society. Mr. Lukman Muraina's contribution to the enviable heights of the pension administration and management in Oyo State has made his name a household name in Oyo State. He's a hardworking, devoted Muslim and is God-fearing and has a God-fearing personality. Furthermore, his areas of interest are corporate governance and development studies. Mr. Lukman Muraina has first and second degrees in political science with specialization in public administration. He has attended numerous training courses within and outside the country. He is married and blessed with children. I present to you Alhaji Lukman Akinola Muraina. Congratulations. I'm very sure yours is coming up soon, sir. I want to call the next recipient of this award. Certificate, and I call on Mr. Babatunde Adefusi Owate. Let's clap for him. Mr. Babatunde Adefusi Owate. Did I pronounce it right? Owate. Owate is Director General of the Ondo State Pension Commission. Is a seasoned administrator and financial expert with over 20 years of experience in public sector management, pension administration, banking, professional practice and consultancy. As the Director General of the Ondo State Pension Commission, is responsible for overseeing the administration and management of pension schemes for public sector employees within the state. Educational background: certificate courses in IMF Institute in Public Financial Management, Medium-Term Debt Management Strategy, Fellow, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Certificate in International Financial Reporting, Associate of Chartered Certified Accountants, United Kingdom, Certificate in Management Consulting from the Blackford Center for Management Consulting, United Kingdom, Masters in Banking and Finance, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, BA in Accounting and Financial Management, University of Sutherland, United Kingdom. Higher National Diploma, HND Accounting, Ondo State Polytechnic, now Rufus Giwa Polytechnic. Professional experience. He's the Director General, like we said earlier on, Ondo State Pensions Commission. He's also the consultant to the World Bank. He's been the consultant to the World Bank Group. Okay, the year is not written. In charge of state fiscal transparency, accountability, and sustainability programs. He's been the regional manager, control and compliance department of Fidelity Bank. He's been the head of financial control, First Guarantee Pensions Limited, coordinated and supervised the financial department of that unit. He's been the financial executive and fund accountant for First Alliance Pension and Benefit Limited. He's also a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. Skills: strategic planning and policy development, financial analysis and management, and leadership, team leadership, amongst others. Personal interest: Mr. Babatunde Adefusi Owate is passionate about community development. He volunteers in initiatives aimed at financial literacy and empowerment. In his free time, he enjoys reading, traveling, and spending time with his family. Please join me to celebrate Mr. Babatunde Adefusi Owate.
Let me invite Mrs. Babatunde to join us for this, please.
Okay, please, the woman, the support system for Mr. Babatunde Owate. Please clap for her now. The next recipient is Abdulmalik Usman Sarki, Esquire. Abdulmalik Usman Sarki is the clerk of the Senate Committee on Establishment and Public Service Matters. He attended the North Primary School, Bida, 1974 to 1979, and Government Secondary School, Badegi, Niger State, 1979 to 1984. He proceeded to Government College, Bida, Niger State, 1985 to 1987. He later moved on to the Institute of Administration, Abu Zaria, Kaduna State, 1987 to 1989. And he moved on to University of Jos Plateau, 1991 to 1996. He was then admitted to the Nigerian Law School, Lagos State, 1996 to 1997. He became the Solicitor and Advocate of Supreme Court of Nigeria in 1998 and obtained master's degree in law from the University of Jos in 2008 and now pursuing a PhD law from the same university. His working career started from Pupil Council, Ask Chambers, ABK House, Lagos State, bid in 1997. He later joined Clement Akpambio and Co., from where he joined Intercity Bank PLC, present Unity Bank, at its head office. He joined the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, between 2000 to 2002. He became the Senior Legal Officer at Independent National Electric Commission, INEC, between 2002 to January 2005. He joined National Assembly as the Principal Legal Officer. He became the Assistant Chief Legislative Officer National Assembly and became the Chief Legislative Officer, National Assembly. He rose to the position of Assistant Director, Legislative, National Assembly in 2014. He became the Deputy Director, Legislative, National Assembly in 2018. In 2022, he became the Director of Legislative at the National Assembly. He's had several responsibilities. Some were Secretary Clerk House Committee on Justice, Secretary Clerk House Committee on Drugs, Narcotics and Financial Crimes, Secretary Clerk House Ad hoc Committee on Lake Charge, Secretary Clerk House Committee on Urban Development, Special Assistant to the Deputy Clerk of National Assembly, Personal Assistant to the Clerk of National Assembly, Secretary Clerk Senate Committee on National Planning and Economic Affairs. Currently, he is the Secretary Clerk, Senate Committee on Establishment and Public Service Matters. I present to you Abdul Malik Usman Sarki. The next recipient is Kashim Malam Fugu. Kashim Malam Fugu is the clerk of the Committee on Pension Matters at the Federal House of Representatives, National Assembly. He went to University of Ibadan and obtained MSc in Legislative Studies 2018 to 2021. He obtained a BSc in Geology from the University of Maiduguri 1998 to 2005. He went to Ramat Polytechnic Maiduguri and studied and obtained an ND in Building Technology and Quantity Surveying 1993 to 1995. He was at the Government College Senior Science Secondary School, where he obtained Senior Secondary Certificate in 1984 to 1989. He joined the National Assembly on transfer of service as a Senior Legislative Officer 8th of June 2007. He became the Principal Legislative Officer on the 1st of January 2010. Assistant Legislative Officer 1st of January 2013. Chief Legislative Officer 1st January 2016. Assistant Director Legislative 1st January 2019, Deputy Director Legislative 1st January 2023. He was appointed as the Assistant Committee Clerk, Agri Production and Services, January 2016. Appointed as the Committee Clerk, Population and National Identity Management, March 2019. He was transferred to Committee on IDP as Committee Clerk, September 2022. He was transferred to Committee on Pensions as Committee Clerk, July 2023 till date. I present to you Kashim Malam Fugu. The next recipient is Lucas Ayokunle Durojaye. Lucas is an astute finance expert with experience spanning insurance, broking, banking, investment, as well as corporate administration and business management. Lucas is a graduate of insurance. He holds a postgraduate diploma in business strategy from Association of Business Practitioners, ABP, UK, and proceeded to obtain his master's degree in business administration from Anglia-Ruskin University, London, United Kingdom. He is both an associate member of the Chartered Insurance Institute of Nigeria, CIIN, and the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers, NCRIB. He is a Chartered Fellow of the Institute of the Credit Administration of Nigeria, ICA, and the Chartered Institute of Loan and Risk Management, CILRM. His foreign insurance spans over 25 years with varied cognitive experience which cuts across insurance, administration, brokerage services, underwriting, general insurance, investment, life operations, technical claims, risk management, business development, as well as public relations. In a bid to expand knowledge and productive capacity, he also piqued interest in pension administration and investment with a number of ongoing foreign certifications. A charismatic motivator and team player, Lucas' latent managerial abilities hinge on effective leadership, sound communication, and decision-making skills, coupled with interpersonal and problem-solving abilities, with a corporate focus and student result-driven attitude. He is an alumnus of the Lagos Business School, having successfully completed the Senior Management Program SMP 51 of the school. He has attended numerous trainings, seminars, and lectures across the globe. He's an executive member of the renowned Abuja Jazz Club, IBB Golf Club Abuja, and an ESCO of the prestigious ELXG Club Abuja. He loves reading, traveling, and meeting people. He's happily married and blessed with wonderful children. I present to you Lucas Ayokunle Durojaye. The next recipient is ACP Adedeji Akim Z Okemoyiwa. Can we put our hands together? ACP Adedeji Akim Z Okemoyiwa is an Assistant Commissioner of Police. Wow, another police officer in the house. Well done. Presently working. He's greeting you, sir. Sean, sir. All right. Working at the Nigerian Police Force Headquarters, Abuja, FCT, with the following certificates. BSc, Barrister of Law from the Nigerian Law School, Wari, Abuja. PhD Law, International Islamic University, Gombak, Malaysia. Masters of Law in International Law, still from the same university. Master of Cyber Investigation and Law from Ladu K. Akintola University of Science and Technology, Ogbomoso, Oyo State. MPA Masters of Public Administration, Ogun State University, Olabisi Onabanjo University. MBA Masters of Business Administration, MIT Masters of Information Technology. And he has diploma in several courses, corporate studies, certificate in corporate studies, and so on. Their ACP Adedeji Akim is a well-read man. Can we put our hands together for him? Thank you very much, sir.
Congratulations. No, we are together. What's the picture? Yeah.
CP, please remember, before you leave, that picture is very important. All these were very, very important.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, the next recipient is Salami Ganiu Ozomata. Mr. Ganiu Salami is currently the manager, financial investment in NNPC Pension Fund Limited. Before now, he was the manager, quality assurance, financial reporting department of the corporate headquarters of NNPC. He has over 18 years of post-NYC cognate work experience in finance and accounting across the energy value chain with specific depth in corporate and project financing, financial reporting, strategic planning, budgeting, forecasting, and financial analysis, negotiation, project management, ERP deployment, and stakeholders engagement, amongst other key competencies. Between April 2015 to January 2018, he worked as a technical assistant to the Chief Financial Officer. He later went on cross-posting development assignment to the Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas (NLNG) Limited for 2 years, where he played key roles as senior treasury, commercial advisor, and financial analyst. He is a member of the Chartered Institute of Securities and Investment UK, fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria (ICANN), associate of the Institute of Taxation (CITN), certified project management professional PMB of the Project Management Institute, Pennsylvania, USA, and is obtained both Masters of Business Administration and Bachelor of Science in Accounting from Ahmadu Bello University. Mr. Ganiu Salami has demonstrated diligence, commitment, and exemplary leadership in his work. He volunteers his experience as part of the State Management Committee on a pro bono basis. I present to you Salami Ganiu Ozomata. The next recipient is Jimo A.S. Korodi. For those who came in late, it took the opening prayers earlier today. Jimo A.S. Korode started his professional career in KPMG Professional Services 2003. Immediately after his service year with NYC in 2002, he started with the firm as an audit trainee and rose through the ranks to become an experienced senior 3. He left KPMG Lagos and later joined KPMG Sierra Leone in 2010 as a manager in audit division. He, however, left KPMG after 15 years cumulative experience with one of the Big Four before setting up his professional sorry about that distraction. Yes, his professional advisory firm, ACE Consulting and Advisory Services in 2018 in Sierra Leone, rendering audit and assurance services, taxation services, actuarial employee and end of service benefit valuation services, and financial advisory services. In Nigeria, is also an audit partner of UHY Maji, right? Okay, Maji & Co. Chartered Accountant. Is a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sierra Leone, a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, certified actuary analyst of the Nigeria Actuarial Society. He is a graduate of economics from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. I present to you Jimo A.S. Korodi. Please can we clap for him? Well done. Thank you. The next recipient is John Obasi Kalu. John Obasi Kalu. John Obasi Kalu, with over 3 decades of experience in strategic management, treasury operations, project management, business consultancy, is celebrated for his significant contributions to asset and liability management, investment management, and financial business advisory. Throughout his esteemed career, John has consistently exhibited exceptional leadership and expertise, spearheading transformative initiatives that have positively impacted numerous organizations across various sectors. John's career highlights includes key roles such as corporate strategy and execution consultant at Enterprise Bank and Manager of Strategy and Corporate Execution Group of Bank at Bank PHB PLC. In these capacities, he was responsible for strategic planning, business processing, re-engineering, and executing key corporate strategy initiatives that span functional barriers. Additionally, he served with Head of Assets and Liability Management of Oceanic Bank and Bank PhD PLC, and also as a senior consultant for business improvement of Heirs Alliance Limited, where he implemented innovative models. His career began as a project manager of GPH Engineering Limited, followed by the different roles he has played in the banking sector. John's dedication to excellence is further demonstrated by his board membership in various companies, where he continues to offer invaluable strategic and consultancy services in investment management and financial matters, amongst other things. He's highly regarded for his strong analytical skills, strategic vision, amongst other skills. John holds professional qualifications as a certified treasurer by the Money Market Association of Nigeria, membership in the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers, and the Certified Pension Institute of Nigeria. He's attended various courses, both locally and internationally. John academic records shows John holding a bachelor's degree in agricultural engineering and an MBA in project management both from Federal Universities of Technology, Owerri, and is currently pursuing a master's in Christian leadership from the West African Theological Seminary, Lagos. John's distinguished career and unwavering commitment to professional excellence embodies the core values and standard upheld by the Certified Pension Institute of Nigeria. Please join me to celebrate John Obasi Kalu.
Please, can I have Mrs. John Kalu to join us, please?
Is Mrs. John around? Beautiful. So this is a lesson for some of us now. Don't go without your better half when it comes to awards. Thank you. Thank you. The other fellows, like we said earlier on, are not on ground, and we already have their profiles in our program brochure, so we won't waste time reading that. So we want to call on our associates who are on ground right now. We want to call on Olasheni Anifat Eze Okorafo from Lagos State Pension Commission. Please, can we put our hands together for her? On the list is Yahya Mohammed Awal. Is he around? Yahya Mohammed Awal. Okay, we'll go on to Salim Husseini Koleri. Salim Husseini Koleri for Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Please, can we put our hands together to celebrate him? On the list, still from the same Ministry of Foreign Affairs, please celebrate Dauda Aishat Ibrahim. Dauda Aishat Ibrahim. Are we tired of celebrating them? We're almost done. Well done. Call out Oyoma Joseph Odion. Please celebrate Oyoma Joseph Odion from Midway Petrol Limited. Thank you. Next is Associate Aisha Diana Ogunlano from Powell Pensions Limited. Thank you. Congratulations. Next associate to be called is Olufemi Samuel Bankole from Actuarial Services, Ernst & Young, Nigeria. Is he here? Okay. Olapade Morolayo Olutumidi from Centerpoint Investment Limited. Congratulations. Olubade Morolayo Olutumidi. We also want to call on Associate Akbalowo Aminat Shadia. Is she here? Please put your hands together for First Pension Custodian Nigeria Limited. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Next associate to be called is Temitope Omotola Margaret, Leadway Pension PTF. Temitope Omotola Margaret, please clap and appreciate her. It's not easy to be an associate now. Gradually she will get to fellowship.
Of course, of course.
Next associate to be called is Munira Nuhu Isa, Nigeria Television Authority, NTA. Is she around? Okay. The next associate, and certainly not the least, is Ayeni Christopher Kolade, Giant Consultant. Please clap for him. He is also one of the people called out to take the opening prayer. Congratulations. Please take note. Please take note. That's all, sir. Thank you very much. Please take note that we'll be having, a photo session at the end of the event. So all inductees, fellows, and associates, you're encouraged to please hold on to the end of the program, which we are almost finishing and concluding with, so that you can be part of the photo session. Also, we also want to announce that after this program and the photo session, inductees with their guests will be hosted by CPIN for a sumptuous lunch on the first floor after the program. So don't you think we should appreciate them? Thank you, CPIN, for that. Now we're going to have a response from one person from a fellow and another response from an associate. Just within 1.5 minutes. Anyone? Oh, I forgot to introduce myself at the beginning of the program. Or rather, maybe I did, or maybe I didn't say it well enough. My name is Olayinka Mobolaji Shomoy. I'm an educator, and I'm also a consultant. So I'm a consultant educator. And of course, I do MC as one of my side hustles. So as a teacher, you know how it is. You cannot attend a lecture, and your teacher will not ask you, how far now? I'm sure you know. Hello, everyone. All right?
MC.
So,
you should call ACP Adedeji.
Sir,
And
you are even nice.
And you call.
I want to show you my teacher power.
And call Salim Kolere.
Okay. So your your president has bailed you out because you know how it is as a teacher. You will look for the person who is trying to avoid your gaze and is looking at you and looking at whatever and trying to, maybe that's when the person is looking at phone. That's the person the teacher will call, right? But he has bailed you out. So now let's get a response for him. Thank you, sir.
I still stand on all the existing protocol. I have no much to say, but to thank you for finding us to be part of the fellow and associate of this professional institute. Actually, I don't need to say it here, but the better I say it for the future of this professional body. And 3 weeks ago, I was in Akwa Ibom because I'm a member of this public procurement also. And it was last year that they said they want to amend the act. And along the line, the Federal Ministry of Justice, they sent a letter to the procurement people for them to contribute. So I was there, so also a lot of professional and organizations, ministry, departments, institutes, and what have you. And I challenged them, and to God be the glory, when we are with you, the thing will work out for us. And we do that. I'm so happy that when I hear that you are from CIS, I'm one of you, sir. I still want to challenge you on this one, and I want to drive us fast. In the sense that the little one I know, there's a difference between education and training. I'm sorry. When we're talking about training, it's just to improve us. Nothing more than that. It's some of the things that we know before. I just want us to know better. But when we are talking about education, it has to do with new concepts, new ideas. When you look at it now, procurement is now a professional course in universities at degree level, master's level, even PhD level. So where are we in pension? What are we waiting for? Is there any syllabus being designed for this kind of thing? Not for us, but generation to come. And the last time when I was in institute, I challenged them. We need, whether we like it or not, I want us to start it. Public procurement, I challenge them. Even I forced myself to do a book. I have a new book on public procurement in Nigeria because the dry area. University of the UK now, they are demanding for that my book almost 2 months ago. It will come out. Where are we? If we may start with something in form of journals and what. I know you have journals, but it's not as effective. I've challenged them. Please, for God's sake, I want to challenge you. Please, let's drive this thing fast. So by the time there's a particular professional body, Anna, see what they are doing just. Look at ICANN. So the earlier the better. It's not for us, but generation to come. May God be with everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. I was informed that Mr. Collery has stepped out to use the bathroom. So I want to call on Associate Olubade Orolayo Olutumebi from Centerpoint Investment Limited to give remarks. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of myself and all the industries here, I want to say a very big thank you to Mr. President, the Executive Secretary, the Council members, and to all people who are, let me say, our well-wishers that followed us from home. Say thank you for the opportunity here. Please don't mind me, I'm looking down. I'm shy person. So I want to say thank you. Thank you so much.
How can you be a stockbroker and you are shy? But I'm proud of you. Well done. Well done. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. I was just coming back to commend her that she's been a very good student. Even impromptu, she was able to talk, and public speaking is not an easy thing. Many of us think it's easy, but wait until you have to hold the mic, and then you're standing, and everybody's facing you. Even the English you learned very well, and you were praying for your children and for your whatever. So you just say like, God help us. Sorry, I left my program. 1 minute. We've come to almost to the end of the program, and it's been a wonderful time with you all this afternoon. We started early in the day, and we really tried to keep to the time. So, I know. I know. And to close up the program for us today is no other person but the Executive Secretary of the Certified Pension Institute of Nigeria, the man behind the scene to make today happen and all. So can we please put our hands together to welcome Dr. Samson Akinyemi. I think you can do better than that. You might think it's easy planning a program when you don't want to know all the things that have been going on behind the scenes. Well done, sir. Congratulations.
Let me start by doing what you normally do when they have a guest. The common thing is to see them prostrating. It's not only for the elders, but to recognize and to honor them. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of us who are present today, as well as those who are online, following everything that we are doing. We are constrained by time. If we have an extension of time, we have read out the citation of all those who couldn't make it, especially our senators, the honorables, and our valuable fellow members. So I plead the indulgence to bear with us. And beyond that, I'd like to make comments on 1, 2, 3 things that Mr. ACP Akim raised in his comments. First thing is on the syllabus. If you visit our websites, our syllabus for all the examination stages are there. Secondly, we run examination twice a year. We do May and we do November. And just as my president said, we open the registration for November exam from this coming July. Charter status-wise, we appreciate that we call you and you honor us by being here. We are inviting you to join force with us. If I must narrate the stories of this institute, I know some of you, when you had it started in 1991, you will say, what are they doing that they are not chartered? Some people refuse to join us because we are not chartered. I took that same position back then. I was sending my staff to say, go and find out what they are doing. But I just saw that there's no way I can stay out and want to decide the fate of an institute. But coming in to know what exactly are the problems, what do they need, and what can be done. And I'm happy for our presence here today. You will join hands with us. We have had challenges in the past. I can confidently tell you that at the point in time, I've been past all the stages of reading and gone to presidency for signature. But it was returned because of an identified error in it. And you know, in Nigeria, once you get to that level, you have to come back to ground zero. And the same National Assembly that run it through first reading, second reading, third reading, even the committee stage, to the presidency for assent, left the office. The new people started again with it. So we now need you, we need your support, we need your contact, we need all it takes to get us chartered this year. And I know with your support we will do it. So I thank you all for coming around, and I appreciate how you have supported us. Please bear with us. If there are areas of inadequacies, next time will be better. Thank you and God bless you. So jumping back to
Thank you very much. Everything good must always have an ending, no matter what. We started well, and by His grace and mercies, we're ending the 2024 Investiture and induction ceremony of the Fellows and Associates of the Certified Pension Institute of Nigeria. Please, can you be upstanding and clap for yourselves? You've all done well. And not to invite any other person, but to close this meeting, we've taken the prayers in the Muslim way, we've taken the Christian way. We will share the grace, and then someone will come out just to close up with a closing prayer, and then we'll immediately go to my left-hand side of the hall to take the group session. Before we go, pardon me, the people on the special guests on the high table will first of all move out to take their seats, and then we can all join. Please, let's do it orderly. Fellows and associates alone, please, so that because of safe constraint. Yes, please, sir.
Let me suggest something. Since we have done the prayers for both the Muslim and the Christian, for us to become cultural with the new national anthem, I think we should do the national anthem again. Wow. With the policeman, so that at least maybe it's going to be part and parcel of us.
Yes. All of them or just one standard? Should we take all, sir, or just one?
We can take all. Well,
all?
Yes.
Okay.
The national anthem.
Let me take my program.
It's on page 5. For some of us that are not driving, that's not because I'm used to it.
It's something new. It's something new for some of us, and then for some of us, it's old because we start getting primary school, and some of us secondary school, depending on the age. So we end up this program as on the national level as one Nigerian. And you know, the truth of the matter, I was one of those who was kind of reluctant to go back to the old one. But looking through the wordings, looking and reading through these wordings, they are really deep. And I'm praying that really it's just not one of those things we do in Nigeria for the sake of doing it, that really these wordings will be part and parcel of us, that our generations to come will be the ones that not only our generations, even we will start manifesting what we're reading. We will not just be words from our mouths alone. So to assist us is the police band. And can we first of all just give a clap of applause to the police band? They've done very well. If this was the normal whatever, I love the police band. The way they sing and then they play, they are just wonderful. So let them do the honors to coordinate us even as we take the national anthem. We're taking the 3 verses together. Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's been wonderful hosting this program as the MC. Once again, my name is Olayinka Mubolaji Shomoye. Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We done.
Thank you, sir. Only. Let me take it. It's okay. Let's allow for the commission. Let's allow it. This picture will not finish. Let's not hold it so much. It's okay. Piero. Yes, sir. Piero, is that a promotion sign? Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Is that a promotion sign? Amen. Amen. All of you that take very well, I appreciate that. I'll save your number, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
What are the Yes, sir. Where is my learning program? Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Don't go for the How do you want to do it? How do you want to do it? No, don't say it. Don't broadcast also. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't take beside me. Yes, sir. When you are going to insurance, okay, sir.
How about you? Okay. How late are you?
Thank you, sir. Insurance breakers. Look at Shooks.
Excellent.
Shooks.
Looking at the face. That's how we did it before. Send her to me.
Stop brokers.
Okay, what's the picture?
Stop brokers. Stop brokers.
Only stop brokers.
Stop brokers. So that my stop promises. Stop brokers.
Is there any stock broker here?
Any stop brokers there?
We are doing a patient here. Well done. Well done. Well done. I'm proud of you.
Sir, is there any way we can have our photograph?
Sure, yeah. Okay, thank you.